Did you know? Two recurring visitor animals, a giraffe named Gracie and a camel named Sahara, are both said to be female in English translations of the Animal Crossing games. However, in the Japanese games, they're both males and have effeminate mannerisms. It's likely that this change was made to avoid controversy outside of Japan. Nintendo of America's Treehouse division took an exceptional amount of creative freedom while translating Animal Crossing for the United States, because the development team wanted the game to feel the same way to an American audience as it did to a Japanese audience. As a result, many of the villagers in the English translations of the game were given names and catchphrases that draw inspiration from Western pop culture. The blue bullfrog, Jeremiah, got his name from the song Joy to the World by Three Dog Night, in which the first line is, "Jeremiah was a bullfrog, he was a good friend of mine." It's been said that Boomer the Penguin is named after Battlestar Galactica character Sharon Boomer Valeri. His default clothing is of a pilot, and his catchphrase is human, supposedly a reference to the human-Cylon war that is the main plot of Battlestar Galactica. There's a villager named Roscoe. He shares his name with the award-winning horse jockey Roscoe Goose. The Ninja Bunny character, Snake, is thought to be a reference to Solid Snake from Konami's Metal Gear Solid. Kevin the Pig is speculated to be named after the American actor Kevin Bacon. The name of the traveling seagull character, Gulliver, is a reference to the 1735 Irish novel Gulliver's Travels. In Animal Crossing, Gulliver recounts wild tales, which are often subtle references to Nintendo's other properties. One of his references is a nod to The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, and includes Gulliver talking about how he fought the sea snakes at Pinnacle Rock. He then immediately admits it wasn't him. In Animal Crossing New Leaf, a semi-conscious Gulliver will ask, "Am I in the over there?" A reference to Chapter 7 of Super Paper Mario. At another point in New Leaf, Gulliver will mention Isle Delfino from Super Mario Sunshine, and specifically mentions Rico Harbor. The game Earthbound is referenced by Gulliver when he says he's in a fuzzy pickle, which is the catchphrase of the photographer Proto Man. Gulliver will also reference Monty Python's The Meaning of Life, stating, "It was just one wafer thin mint, but I was already so full. Oh, my stomach! I'll never forgive that waiter!" The face and hair of playable human characters in the Animal Crossing series are not randomly generated like many other features in the game. They're actually preset and based on how the player answers questions at the beginning of the games. There are actually more villagers designed for the first Animal Crossing game than there were Pokemon in the first Pokemon game, a whopping total of 218. Because the 6 starting villagers are chosen at random when a new save is created, the probability of 2 games beginning with the same 6 villagers is just a slim 0.02%. Animal Crossing New Leaf bumps the number of villagers up to 333, leaving a mere 0.018% probability. The traveling salesman Red, who's known for selling overpriced items and counterfeit paintings at his illicit furniture store Crazy Reds, is partially based on Japanese folklore. Kitsune, or foxes, are often portrayed as tricksters, and are thought to have magic abilities such as the power to temporarily turn useless items like twigs and leaves into money. Japanese folklore also says tanukis use leaves to transform. It's likely that this is why furniture purchased at Crazy Reds or Tom Nook's store show up as leaves in the player's inventory, then magically transform into furniture when placed in a house. The guitar-playing dog, also known as KK Slider, is directly based on Animal Crossing music composer Kazumi Totaka, and it's also why he has a similar name in the Japanese version of the games, Totakeke. Kazumi Totaka is famous for inserting his own secret song into almost every game he composed music for, and Animal Crossing is no exception. Totaka's song can be heard by entering KK Song as a request for KK Slider's live performance. Totaka's song can also be found in Animal Crossing City Folk. When the player is prompted to enter the name of their town at the beginning of the game, Cap'n will begin to whistle the tune after about 2 minutes. In Animal Crossing New Leaf, Cap'n will whistle Totaka's song while transporting players to the Wi-Fi tropical island. After the release of Animal Crossing Wild World, Mr. Resetti caused an uproar among parents of younger players. Nintendo president Satoru Iwata stated in an interview that Mr. Resetti caused some children to cry because of insensitive language and lengthy lectures on resetting. As a precaution, the European manual for Animal Crossing Let's Go to the City includes a warning by Nintendo. It states, Mr. Resetti's purpose is to teach players the importance of saving. However, parents should be aware that his personality and tone of voice, while intentionally humorous, are authoritative and may be disturbing to young children. Additionally, Mr. Resetti's role was made optional in Animal Crossing New Leaf. In the Japanese enhanced port of the first Animal Crossing, an Easter egg was added that allowed players to access a new area called Mr. Resetti's Surveillance Center. If the player hits every rock in town with a shovel once a day, after a week, one of the rocks will crack, revealing a hole which can be entered to find the Surveillance Center. Inside, Mr. Resetti can be seen with his older brother, Don Resetti, and they will give the players a silver shovel to persuade them to leave. In Animal Crossing City Folk, the Resetti Surveillance Center can be found in the city after 8 p.m., but it is only available on random, undisclosed nights. That's all for today, but don't forget to subscribe to DidYouKnowGaming on YouTube and follow them on Facebook and Twitter. Make sure you also check out DidYouKnowGaming.com. If you like this video, check out these other videos. Hey, while you're at it, why don't you go check out my Did You Know Gaming Outtakes video? It's pretty good.